This is from a brand new company called Sylvox. They sent over this TV for me to check out. This is gonna be my first outdoor television set. Since it is outdoor, I have decided that we're gonna unbox this at one of my buddy's house out here in upstate New York, because he's got a nice little patio and deck and all that stuff. So we're gonna actually set this up at his place. And luckily it has been raining. Well, it's scheduled to rain all day, probably tomorrow as well. So we're gonna set this up outside on the deck and really test the waterproofness of this television set. If you're doing this by yourself, I definitely recommend you lay it flat on the ground and pull the TV out. So inside, as far as accessories is concerned, we have a box containing a Sylvox remote, which looks very similar to an LG remote, a second remote, which also looks very similar to an LG remote. Actually, it looks very similar to an LG Magic remote. The power cord, some batteries, the manual, and then we also have some mounting hardware. So like I said, this is a 55-inch television set. Let's take some quick measurements. This does measure about 28.5 inches high by 49 inches wide, and it is approximately about 3.5 inches in depth. And like I said, screen size is 55 inches. It is waterproof. It is IP55 waterproof rated, so it can be safe outside, outdoors. So if you want to keep it outside 24/7 for the next few years, it should be pretty safe. But before we check out the ins and outs, let's go ahead and hang this on the television stand. There we go. So now all we got to do is take the TV and then stick it on the TV mount. All right, so this is a pretty heavy television set for a 55-inch, so make sure that you get a helping hand, unless you're just, really strong. And bam, just so you guys know, we got this television stand on Amazon. I think it's something like 75, 80 bucks or something like that. As far as ins and outs, we have a LAN connection, an optical out, composite in, USB 2.0 input, HDMI 3, we get the coax input, we have a second USB input, HDMI ARC in, and another HDMI in. So 3 HDMI ins all together. Then we have the power inlet. Alright, once you power on the television set, you're going to have to get it set up with your Wi-Fi, and then you're going to have to agree to all the terms and conditions, which you can see are all LG's terms and conditions. Once you get everything set up, you'll be taken to the home page, which is the older style WebOS. But first, let's take a quick peek at some of the television settings. The first option we get are the picture modes, which we get Vivid, Cinema, Sports, and Game. Under sound mode, we get Standard, Cinema, Clear Voice, Sports, Music, and Game. We get a few options for sound output, and there's also a sleep timer. Now let's jump in and take a look at all of the other settings. The first section is the picture settings. Under additional settings, we get an eye comfort mode, HDMI Ultra HD Deep Color, and then Instant Game Response, which are grayed out right now because we're using the streaming apps. Under picture mode settings, we get your picture mode presets, and then sliders for backlight, contrast, brightness, sharpness, color, and tint. Under advanced controls, we get dynamic contrast, we've got off, low, medium, and high. And under gamma, we got 1.9, 2.2, 2.4, and BT 1886. And under picture options, we've got noise reduction, black level, real cinema, and true motion. You can apply all those changes to all of the inputs, and then on the bottom, you can reset everything. Under sound, you can change the sound output to the internal speaker, Bluetooth, mobile device, optical, HDMI ARC, wired headphones, optical plus internal TV speakers, or wired headphones plus the internal TV speakers. Under additional settings, we've got TV installation type, AV sync adjustments, HDMI input audio format, LG sound sync, and digital sound output. There's a few settings for channels if you're using this with the tuner, and under connection, you've got your network connection settings, device connection settings, and then mobile connection management. Under general, you've got AI service, language, location, time, safety, account management, home settings, and under additional settings, there's a bunch of different options here as well. You get a few different accessibility options, and under support, this is where you can update your software or check the TV's information. And that's pretty much it for all the TV settings. Since this is an outdoor television, it's not going to give you OLED performance or even flagship LED performance. What it's supposed to do is look good while it's outside and not break down due to the weather conditions. But this TV does support 4K HDR and it looks great for outdoor nighttime viewing. The black levels are what you'd expect for an entry-level LED TV, and the colors will shift if you're watching off-angle. However, if you're sitting in front of it, you can see the colors look great and have a ton of vibrancy, especially at night. But again, the main purpose of this TV is to be able to stand up to nature's outdoor elements. Okay, now we are back. It's during the daytime now. Since it's not raining out anymore, I'm gonna simulate rain by using the hose. This is IP55 certified, so it should be waterproof, weatherproof, rainproof, everything, snowproof. Let's find out, see what happens. Fingers crossed that nobody gets electrocuted. And check this out, it's pretty bright outside. The TV is also retaining its brightness pretty well, even under all of this liquid. So I mean, kudos Sylvox for delivering a very waterproof television set. I'm gonna say the TV passed the test. So at the time of this video, the Sylvox is selling for $16.99. I think for the price, it's a very high performing television set because it is waterproof. I'm assuming the same is gonna be true if it's snowing outside. So if you wanna mount this on your wall, leave it outside all year round, it's supposed to be okay for that. Now this TV is not gonna be a television set for you videophiles if you wanna get the best black levels, the best color, the best motion. This is kind of an entry-level TV, which its main purpose is to be an outdoor weatherproof television set. If you're looking for something that is videophile-esque centric with the utmost best video performance, you might want to go with something like a mini LED or an OLED. But this TV for $16.99 is definitely a steal and definitely lives up to the performance of being IP55 certified and weatherproof. Now it does have the smart features. It's basically an LG TV rebranded as a Sylvox. So if you're familiar with an LG TV set, this is going to perform exactly the same. So you do get those smart features, you get Chromecast support, you get WebOS, all of these simple, easy to use, quick, snappy navigation that you would get off of an LG television, and WebOS you're gonna get on this television as well. So all in all, I think it's a great TV for $16.99. If you guys wanna get a TV set that you're gonna mount outside and keep out all year round, Sylvox is definitely gonna be a top choice, so definitely check it out. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, how you felt about this Sylvox TV. Do you think it's worth the $16.99 price tag? Leave a comment down below and let me know. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media. And if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video.